Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is HD's dad and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. I want to jump on real quick before the reset and talk about some progress I made today in the Orc Dungeon, Orc Faction Wars. Essentially, by manualing it, I was able to finally defeat and 3-star in the same run, floor 21, and complete the Orc Crypt. So let me real quickly run you through the team that I used to do that, sort of some of the choices that I made, and how I was able to get that done. So here is the team that I used to do so. I had Vrask in the lead. Actually, is that true? Did I have Vrask in the lead? Unfortunately, I don't have keys, so I can't look. I believe I had Vrask in the lead, and then I had Zargala, Duck, Grohawk, and Artak was the full team. Vrask really being the key to the whole thing. His passive heal being the absolute critical thing to keep the team alive and get through and defeat the boss. As one content creator stated, this boss is basically a DPS race, right? If you can get the DPS out before he can, take your team out. And this heal on Vrask, every time he lands a critical hit, it was the key to that whole run. You can see he's not booked out. He's level 50. I do have a little bit of masteries on him, but not much. Some extra HP, crit rate, crit damage, and then life drinker is important. Get some of that HP back as well. I did have to re-gear him. He wasn't quite at 100% crit rate. I think he was at like 97 before I re-geared him. And I added maybe a couple of thousand HP. Basically just upgraded a couple of these regen pieces, and then I had him in Divine Life before, so I switched that out for Perception to get a little bit more speed and obviously accuracy. You can see he's still not real fast. Running at about 146. I don't really care about anything else on here except for the HP and the crit rate. And just, I think before he was running like 130 or something super stupid, super slow. And I added some accuracy as well. But so he's the key to the whole comp. Duck the Pierced here. I have him in straight resilience across the board. Gets him an additional 30% HP, 30% defense. You can see he's super slow as well. At like, what is that, 122? Speed's not a real issue here. Obviously faster would be better, but as long as I could keep him alive, I didn't really care too much about the speed. Really the only thing I care about with Duke or Duck is that he can somewhat reliably, and again, you see he's not booked either. He's got even less in the way of masteries than Vrask does. But the ideal thing with him is to be able to land this decreased attack and decreased defense. And at 179, it's not ideal. You'd want that typically to be over probably 200, but he was able to get the job done here. And I keep closing that. Moving on to Zargala. Zargala is obviously the primary DPS, although Grohawk does some good damage too. Zargala I have in decent gear. It's kind of a mismatch of stuff, but perception, crit damage, and resilience. Obviously, if she's going to be the damage dealer, I want her to have a little bit of crit rate or crit damage, and she's at 166, which isn't great, but again, was enough to get the job done for this particular task. Actually, it looks like I have a blessing that I haven't even applied to her, so that probably would have helped. Um, Masteries, she is 6-star masteried, all the way down to War Master. Obviously gained some life and a little bit of help over on the sport tree. Skills, she is fully booked up. I'm obviously, I've used our call in a number of different places over the life of this account, so not surprising that she's in a little bit better state than maybe the rest of the champs in this composition. So there's, damn, I did it again. And then Grohawk, again, legendary, not very impressive legendary. He's got some masteries not completed. No books. I wouldn't recommend putting legendary books on this guy unless you don't have anywhere else to put them. But that said, he's got a decreased speed on the A1, which is helpful. And then he's able to fly a weekend and also steal the turn meter of a target. So all that's useful, slowing down the enemy and speeding up your team. Yeah, he was more or less just for the turn meter and decent as an attack legendary. You hope he can hit relatively hard, and he does. But so DPS and then applying that weaken and decrease speed. Right, decrease speed. Yeah. And then finally, Artak. He was a login champ. Relatively decent gear, but only one, like four broken sets and a set of resilience. But it gets him to helps be a wave killer. You can see he's got some books. He's not completely booked out yet. Looks like he needs, what's that, 3 and 4, 6 more books and he would be booked out. His mastery is going all the way down to War Master again. So another pretty useful, but he also has the decreased attack on his A2. HP burns obviously all over the place. And he instantly activates his HP burns. So again, all around good champ. Causes some damage. He's tanky because he's an HP champ. And there you go. There's the team. I was able to, as I said, manual it. I tried to auto it, but it just wasn't happening. I probably would have had to, get Vrask up to, 6-star, and potentially even Duke up to 6-star to be able to auto it. I wasn't that interested in putting resources into that. So I went ahead and autoed it, I went ahead and manualed it and got that taken care of. With that, I think I'll basically leave it there. That was my big progression sort of milestone for the day. I might be back later with some additional videos or a video if I hit some other marks, but I'll leave it there. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.